So usually I like to go back and call out when I was right about what I said in my previous videos, but this time I have to admit that I was kind of wrong. In my last market update that I've done, I said hopefully the markets are going to bounce, and I'm still bullish about the overall markets. So in this market update, let's look about some news around NIO Stock, about Huami, about Baidu, as well as some news on what I'm doing here in Munich, Germany. So first let's look at the overall markets, and last week has been really challenging, and you can still see here that I was pointing out that I made this arrow upwards here, that I was expecting actually the markets were going to bounce from this point and actually get back into this larger channel here, the overall bull market, which I was said I am expecting to happen, and I was quite bullish about it. What happened instead is that we saw this big red candle and lots of down days, although some recoveries in between, but overall it's been rough. And I have to say that we definitely broke this uptrend here, and we went down much further than I was actually expecting here, but ultimately finding some support at these levels here. And now from here, the last couple of days, we actually see some recovery happening here, and also breaking, importantly, this downward trend line here. So we saw this huge spike, and yesterday also after the elections, we saw that we actually tested the support levels here. So this is why I think today is actually going to be a very exciting day in the markets, because we either break those levels and finally bounce back in this overall bullish channel here for the bull market, or if Nasdaq doesn't go above the 1560 points here, I think we could actually get another rejection and go down, and maybe this will actually bring us back into more bearish territory here. Although my personal sentiment is that we will find back into this bullish territory, and I do still think that we will continue with the bull run. However, as you've seen in the last video, I was wrong on my projections about the bounce. It was quite harder to get there. Lots of corona fears out there. The elections are some uncertainties and so on. So let's see what's happening this week. But today I think will be quite decisive. And now one stock that we all love had a breakout here. NIO is actually trading up sharply. It actually went through this resistance here and then quickly made its way up, and currently it's kind of, testing here new all-time highs. So I actually suspect that if it will find a support here at these levels, that we should actually trade and bounce in this new channel, in this uptrend here. However, my general sentiment is that for NIO, now we also need some facts and some new numbers and some certainty about all those rumors. Lately I have covered it. The CEO stepped forward and made lots of bullish announcements there. It seems like it's all going well. Also, I think one big news associated to that is that the sales numbers in China are actually great. For instance, Volkswagen is now having year-on-year increases in September, which is really great to see, because Volkswagen has 60% of their actual sales coming from China. So it's an important market, and it shows how well China has already recovered in this crisis. So important for watch for NIO is obviously now the facts like deliveries, the quarterly reports, but as well this week Tesla numbers, which may have an implication on NIO as well. But in general, I'm expecting them to be quite good from the data that I'm seeing from China here so far. However, some of this bullishness and positivity may already be priced in. So right now what we really need here for the stock to possibly go higher would be actually a confirmation and even exceeding expectations. Whereas in my last video I already mentioned that I wouldn't be too bullish about the deliveries of NIO numbers for September. Then let's talk about Huami, and I want to be always transparent. I have accumulated more Huami, and I actually bought call options, so quite risky trades, and betting on a breakout here of Huami because, well, I've been following their latest product releases, and I will cover that in a separate video. And this just gives me quite good confidence recently in the stock. And also, if you look at the technicals here, and I'm sorry about the messy charts here, but it just helps me to work like that. So you see that it's once again again trading at lower levels here, so I think it's actually a good entry point from here, because we could actually see another bounce if it breaks through the $13 mark again, which could be kind of a barrier to break, and then it should have lots of upside here hopefully. But as I mentioned in my previous Huami videos, it's a make or break moment for the stock. They need to re-announce the partnership with Xiaomi, otherwise this would be terrible news for the stock, and they really need to show the rebound in Q3 and Q4 when it comes to sales and profitability. However, I'm quite positive on that. Then some important news about Baidu. They have a new agreement about the smart living business. So this is part of the smart speaker setup that they're having and improving people's life with artificial intelligence using hardware and on the other hand also software. So this is a part of my investment thesis in Baidu. I think it's an undervalued stock because there's so much going on under the hood regarding the artificial intelligence solutions that they're creating, and this is just one part of it. And although Baidu stock is still trading sideways here, we could see that the news has been recognized by the markets with a large green candle here, and I hope that at some point in time this will lead actually to a breakout when we hear more news about how the business is progressing in those areas in the next earning call. So yeah, that's it. I'm still in Munich here because I have been actually on a panel with Audi. So Audi has invited me to come to Munich to be part of the Bits and Pretzels, which is a really huge tech conference here. Usually it's offline. This year it was all online, and you can see some impressions here. So we've been at Audi in the studio and shooting it, and it has been live streamed. And although there were some technical issues there with the live stream, it went all right, and I moderated a panel about 7 trends from China, digital trends that got boosted during the crisis, and we've been discussing generally how Audi is innovating in this fast-paced market in China, and also how they run the user research as well as creating new products for the Chinese markets and globally. So that was really interesting. I also spotted an Audi e-tron outside. I think that was a coupe variant, so looking good there. And yeah, it was really cool to be part of it. And yeah, now I'm heading back to where I will be shooting more videos, more deep insight videos about new stocks that I'm actually like to cover. And actually, if you are a patron, this week you will get a post about a new stock that I'm pretty bullish on, that I actually already started investing in, and I'm planning on increasing my position even further, and I also will be publicly covering it here with another video. And actually it has to do something with the Snow IPO, although it's a different company. So stay tuned for that, and thank you guys for supporting me on Patreon, and smash the like button as always, this goes a long way, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button that you get a notification if you haven't done that yet. So alright, I'm off and see you in the next one.